Hi there, it's Rob Anderson. I'm busy with more keyword, what's the word, even just understanding keyword section. This is just to give you an idea as to what, where, and how the whole system of keywords works. Later on, I will use other examples to show you keyword research and niche research. For now, it's to try to give you an overall view of what, where, and how it can all work. A lot of what I'm showing you here will in fact make very good niche ideas and business ideas in the future. So to give you an idea, I put seed keywords in. Remember video 2 back, I spoke about seed keywords, core keywords. These are hotels, bed and breakfast, vacations, holidays. So let's say you're thinking of doing something like this and you want to either start a B&B or it doesn't matter. Let's just say you want to start a hotel or a B&B business. In fact, there's one more I want to add. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So my seed keywords are in. It'll tell me here as to how well they're working, what sort of reaction I'm getting from Google's keyword tool for this. By the way, obviously all of this I'm still using the free Google keyword tool. And pretty much it works most of the time. So hotels comes in at 1.5 million. That's interesting. Holidays, bed and breakfast, guest house, 33,000. Okay, now here's what's cool. It means that more people go to Las Vegas and then Cancun in Mexico, and low cost holidays, the Caribbean, honeymoon is a good keyword. This tells you how quickly you can add honeymoon to holidays and come up with a really, really cool combination of long tail keywords. So I could talk about this for an hour. I'm not joking. In fact, I could talk about it for 2 hours. I just love how keywords tell you what your business is going to be. Now, let's presume that we're going to look at this for a guest house or a B&B in South Africa. Okay. Now, it's where I'm at. So it's easy for me to have a look and know if I'm in the right sort of, wow, my internet must be retarded for a bit, as per usual. But it's going to tell me that what my potential market is. Remember, I'm doing long tail keyword research. I want to know if I have the potential. In fact, if people are actually looking for what I've got. Wow, it really took its time. So let's click on that. Now I want it to be just for South Africa. So it should do me a new and bring back the 1.5 million hotel keywords down to what people in South Africa are looking up. Now, here's a slight hiccup with the Google keyword tool. If people are looking up, let's say Cape Town guest house. This keyword tool only gives the answers of who in South Africa looked up Cape Town guest house. But perhaps 50% more people are looking up that keyword from the rest of the world. But then you would take away this modifier and look up Cape Town guest house internationally, because it's already got a modifier in it, the word Cape Town. So this is really sad. I might have to redo this video, and it just makes me want to cry when my internet does all sorts of nasty retardation things. Let me try and close a few things and see if that helps. You never know. Probably not. Problem retrieving ideas. Let's push the button once more. So there we go. So that's cool. What it's done is it's told me that in South Africa there's a lot lower searches for that kind of thing. So bed and breakfast, as it's a seed keyword, by the way. I doubt anybody looks up bed and breakfast on its own. They're going to look up bed and breakfast in the Karoo, in the Cape, on the coast, south coast, north coast, that kind of thing. Obviously suited to where you are. Now let's go with the guest house. Now have a look at that. That's 880 countrywide per month. That's a low number. And yet if people specifically want it as a guest house, it's worth looking into. So let's see, of these, are they sorted per biggest to smallest? It looks like it. So let's see where the guest houses come in. There, guest houses in Durban, Pretoria comes in quite high. So it would appear that to use the actual word guest house, you want the best one, you're going to be in Pretoria. Let me see what the potential is for that. So this is already a long tail keyword. I'd actually like to save all of these. So let me go up here and copy this first, in case this idea of mine bombs out and Guesthouse Pretoria only has one search. I'll tell you, I have a patience problem and it's not very fair, you know. Okay, so now I'll pop this in here. I'll paste it. I could have done a drilling down or pre-search for just guest houses alone, but I've gone already down to a longer tail keyword, and this is cool. So it comes to 1,900. It's a nice amount of searches. If you own a guest house and 1,900 people a month are looking for it, I reckon that there's a fair chance you can stay very busy if you were the number one keyword, result for that. Incidentally, because it's got the modifier Pretoria, I'm going to hit it that it opens. There's a very high chance that it'll come back with a Google Places listing, local search listing, which is cool too. In fact, all of these, look, Pretoria East, Pretoria North, Pretoria Central, Brooklyn, Pretoria, Montana. Wow, just in Brooklyn, Hatfield. Oh. Now, wow. Are there more? Let me have a look. There's only 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so they're all shown up here. But this is pretty cool. This is absolutely brilliant. If you were a guest house in Pretoria, there's a very high chance that you could, in fact, become super busy and never have any stress of not being booked up by building a website that'll take you as long as 6 months to become literally to blanket the keywords, to dominate every one of these keywords and variations of it. So even though Google's not telling you this, there will be other keywords related to guest houses in Pretoria East. There'll be ones like, cheap guest houses in Pretoria East, urgent guest house bookings in Pretoria East. People are looking up even longer tail keywords. And until you've created pages for this, you won't know what they are. I'm at 8 minutes, so let me just quickly pop in and see where, quite right. If you look here, they are showing up under the Google Places rankings. So it says more places. This must be a good one because I'm Anderson and it's in Anderson Street. And then Rooms for Africa, where to stay. So these are the big Safari now. These are the big places. These are the big sites that are authority websites that show rankings. Sleeping Out, Booking.com, interesting. They all come up as the top ones, which, by the way, tells me something that I knew, and I'd like to point it out to you. The old days where you could get a long tail keyword and get it to rank instantly, like this one that says Pretoria Guest House. Okay, this one, Guest Houses in Pretoria, has almost all the words in it. Okay, now I don't care how old this website is. There was a time 3 or 4 years ago when he would have been number one here. But Google's changed the algorithm to where they now recognize big authority websites first. These guys are ranking because they've got hundreds of pages. And until you become, and by the way, hundreds of pages for guest houses right across Africa, from bed and breakfast hotels. Look, here's all the words in there. Lovely for them. But if you did one that was just for guest houses, and if we go back to here, the guest houses are gone. Let's do guest houses only. It'll tell you that what your potential is for what I call a niche website, a powerful niche, authority niche website. So now you become the guest house site. So you become the same as whatever those places were called, Bookings now, Rooms for Africa, where to stay, Safari now. You become what these guys are, an authority website, right? But yours are only always with the word guest houses. Victoria, guest houses, guest houses. You talk about guest houses, top 10 guest houses, luxury guest houses, the coolest guest houses that you don't ever want to stay in, nightmare guest houses. I don't care. Obviously, you don't just use the word guest houses forever, but the keywords you rank for are these 188 keywords and more. So you build a silo structured website in such a powerful way that any of these will work. Just out of curiosity, look at this. Pretoria jumped in, and fifth or sixth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is technically another Pretoria, Centurion. After that, Midrand is my nearest. Was there Sandton? No, Johannesburg would be mine first. But after that, technically Midrand and Sandton, which doesn't seem to pitch up here at all. Guess Sandton wants 5-star hotels. Anyway, done. This was how to use long tail keywords. And as you could see, I did the Pretoria one. You could get further down and then try one that might have more results. If you look here, there's only 600 searches compared to 2,000. People want to go to Pretoria. They don't want to go to Johannesburg. And to be honest, I know them both very well, and I'm not surprised. Although the city of each is what it is. The city center. Let's try this. Guest houses in Johannesburg. Let's see if there were more than the 11. Was it 11 keywords that came up previous one? Oh boy, it's going slow again. 6. There's only 6, and look how tiny it is. Now, by the way, truth is that if you're going to start a guest house, you haven't gotten into business yet, you're thinking of it, you might find that people are looking at B&B. Don't call it a guest house. I'm not joking. Call it a bed and breakfast if that's what they're looking for. Boutique hotel. I don't know what the difference is between a guest house and a boutique hotel in when people arrive and think, this is not a boutique hotel, this is a B&B. This is terrible, Mildred. Sorry. You have to obviously make it look like what you've said it to be. You know, what it says on the tin is what it needs to be, but it might pay you to modify things so that it looks like a guest house or a boutique hotel or a B&B, depending on what they're looking for. I'm not joking. If they're looking for it 10 times more, be that thing, right? People are looking for leather boots. Stop selling sandals. Sell leather boots. Okay, I'm at 13 minutes of your time, my bad. This was the long tail keyword on learning about keyword. In other words, understanding keywords. I promise you, if I cannot repeat myself enough, you've got to know keywords inside out. The better you know how to use keywords, the better you know how to use it in social media, the better you know how to do it in 100 different ways. It will be the power, the fuel, the whatever it is, the turbo in your business. You will be ranking on page 1 for thousands of long tail keywords. And if you can get that right, you can sit back and smile and employ managers to do all the work, because you will be so busy and you can afford to sit by the pool day in and day out watching everybody running around. Okay, last comment. There is a free business toolkit that you're welcome to download anytime you like. Find it on my website. It's full of all the right links. And from here, I'm going to do a little bit of talking about other keyword tools, and then get into the actual work of starting your business. We will do niche research next, and then keyword research and things like buying and domains, installing WordPress, getting your business running online. Thank you for your time. Take care. Cheers.